Every year, as the last days of October arrive, a strange mix of light and shadow covers the world. Streets fill with laughter, houses glow with pumpkins, and people hide behind masks of monsters and ghosts. To most, it's just fun, just another celebration. But deep within the night of Halloween lies a forgotten story, one that began not in darkness, but in devotion. Halloween wasn't always a carnival of fear. Its true name was All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Saints' Day, a sacred time in the Catholic Church meant to honor the holy souls who walked before us. It was a night of prayer and remembrance, not of fear and fantasy. Yet over the centuries, something changed. The holy meaning faded, replaced by a fascination with shadows. What was once a vigil for the saints became a festival of the dead. And today, many Catholics join the celebrations without realizing that parts of modern Halloween directly oppose the heart of their faith. This is not about judgment, but about truth. Tonight, we will uncover 7 things Catholics should never do on Halloween, not because of fear, but because of faith. The goal is not to reject joy, but to reclaim the light that this night once held. Let us begin. Number 1, do not glorify darkness. The first mistake is the simplest and the most common: glorifying darkness. Every October, shelves fill with costumes of demons, witches, vampires, and every kind of evil the imagination can invent. People wear them to parties, to the streets, even to church events. But few stop to ask, why? Why celebrate the very thing our faith calls us to reject? In Catholic teaching, darkness is not just the absence of light, it is the absence of God. And the moment we start to laugh at evil, we risk forgetting that it is real. The Church teaches that evil is not entertainment. When we dress as the devil, we are not mocking him, we are normalizing him. The devil doesn't need worship to win. He only needs to be treated like a joke. The saints who came before us fought to live in the light. They faced real persecution, real temptation, and real darkness. To honor them, we are called to choose truth over mockery, virtue over vanity. Dressing as saints, angels, or even as creative, wholesome characters is not the problem. The problem is when we turn sin into a costume. This night can still be fun, but it doesn't need to glorify what Christ defeated. We can celebrate imagination without celebrating iniquity. As Catholics, we are not forbidden to enjoy culture, but we are reminded to keep discernment. Halloween, in its modern form, invites everyone to flirt with fear, but faith calls us to face fear and rise above it. Light and darkness cannot share the same space. So before you choose your mask, remember what it represents. On the night before All Saints' Day, ask yourself, what would the saints wear? Glorify light, not the shadow that tries to hide it. Number 2, do not mock death or the dead. Death has always been a mystery that humankind fears, yet cannot escape. Halloween fills streets with skeletons, skulls, ghosts, and graveyards. But to Catholics, death isn't a joke. It's sacred. It is the doorway between this life and eternity. In ancient Christian tradition, the end of October wasn't meant to laugh at death. It was a time to remember it, to pray for those who had crossed over. People would light candles in their homes and say prayers for souls in purgatory. They believed the light helped guide the faithful departed on their journey to peace. But now, death has become decoration. We hang skulls, skeletons, and tombstones as party props. We turn fear into fun and holiness into horror. Somewhere along the way, we forgot that the dead deserve our prayers, not our mockery. The Bible reminds us, "Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord." To mock death is to forget the victory of Christ, the one who conquered it. So when Halloween night comes and the world decorates graves for entertainment, remember this. Catholics once visited cemeteries not for fear, but for faith. They placed candles, not cobwebs. They whispered prayers, not screams. Because every soul matters, and even in death, love endures. Number 3, do not seek the occult or supernatural powers. Every Halloween, curiosity takes a dangerous turn. Tarot cards, Ouija boards, spells. People say, it's just for fun. But faith says otherwise. The church teaches that not all spirits are good, and not every voice that answers is holy. When people try to communicate with the dead or summon energies, they are opening spiritual doors that can't be easily closed. It might start as a game, a candle, a whisper, a question. Is anyone here? But the one who answers may not be what you think. Evil doesn't always look evil. Sometimes it looks like curiosity. From the beginning, God warned his people, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them." That warning wasn't about fear, it was about protection. Halloween can make the unseen world look fascinating, but the truth is simple. Not every mystery is meant to be explored. If you want to connect with the spiritual, do it through prayer, not play. Ask the saints to intercede. Visit the church, not the seance table, because once you invite darkness in, it rarely leaves quietly. Number 4, do not forget the holy days. The original name of Halloween, All Hallows Eve, means the evening before All Saints' Day. It was never meant to be an isolated festival. It was a vigil, a preparation for holiness. In the early church, believers would gather the night before to honor the saints, those who gave their lives for faith. They prayed through the night, lighting candles for the holy souls who had gone before them. It was peaceful. It was sacred. It was filled with light. Today, that meaning is almost gone. Most people celebrate Halloween, then forget the very feast it was meant to honor the next day. The church calls us to remember. Halloween is not the destination, it's the doorway. It leads us into the joy of All Saints' Day and the mercy of All Souls' Day. So instead of ending your celebration at midnight, continue it with faith. Attend Mass, pray for the departed, turn a night of noise into a dawn of grace, because the saints are still watching and the souls still waiting for our prayers. Number 5, do not wear what dishonors faith. Costumes have always been part of Halloween, but not all costumes honor the soul behind them. What we wear says something about who we are and what we stand for. When the world chooses to dress as demons, killers, or dark spirits, it's easy to think it's just pretend. But every symbol carries a message. Wearing what glorifies sin, even in jest, weakens our witness of faith. Catholics are called to reflect truth, beauty, and goodness. That doesn't mean we can't be creative. It means we choose to reflect what uplifts rather than what destroys. Dress as saints, angels, historical heroes, or anything that brings light. Let your creativity shine without darkness attached to it. In the early centuries, children dressed as saints and martyrs to remember courage and holiness. Maybe it's time we bring that back. Because in a world that wears sin as fashion, holiness becomes the most powerful costume of all. Number 6. Do not lose your discernment. Modern Halloween is filled with noise, lights, parties, and media. It's easy to be swept up in the excitement and forget what the night truly represents. Discernment means looking beyond what is popular and asking, is this good for my soul? Not everything that looks harmless is harmless. Some movies, music, or rituals that glorify evil can dull the spirit. They fill the mind with fear and fascination for darkness, which slowly weakens faith. Catholic discernment isn't about fear, it's about awareness. The saints lived in the world, but didn't become like it. We too are called to be in the world, but not of the world. Before participating in anything that feels spiritually off, pause. Ask yourself, does this honor God? Does this feed my soul or drain it? Faith grows when we choose what is good, even when it's not popular. Halloween is not evil in itself, but losing discernment can make it so. Use wisdom. Choose light. That is the Catholic way. Number 7. Do not forget to pray. This is the most important reminder of all. Amid costumes, candies, and laughter, don't forget to pray. Halloween night can be filled with beauty if we bring God into it. Light a candle for a loved one who has passed. Say a prayer for the souls in purgatory. Thank God for the saints who inspire you. Remember that beyond the laughter and shadows, faith still breathes. Prayer turns Halloween back into what it was meant to be, a night that connects heaven and earth. It reminds us that we are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses, saints who watch, pray, and intercede. It gives meaning to every candle, every whisper, every heartbeat in the dark. When the night grows silent and the last costume is put away, let one light remain, the light of prayer. Because where prayer exists, darkness has no power. Halloween began as a night of holiness, not horror. And even now, in a world that celebrates fear, we can still choose faith. Remember the 7 truths, keep your heart in the light, and never forget to pray for those who came before us. If this message opened your eyes or touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear the truth, and subscribe for more stories that reveal faith hidden in the shadows. And don't forget to tap the bell icon so you never miss the next episode. Until then, stay blessed, stay aware, and let your light shine, even on the darkest night.